Hey everybody, Mac here, and we are working on fractional exponents, and this right here is version B. So I have a video explaining them, and I've done version A, and so this is just more work. And if you want to know where those are, all you have to do is go to maxtutorials.com, M-A-C-S, and this is under the section called fractional exponents, okay? Well, it's under the section called radical expressions, but this particular one is fractional exponents. So let's talk about what this means. In fact, I'm going to do the right column first, if you don't mind, because the left column is very different than the right column. So the right column is just seeing if we understand how these work. So just by definition, if I want to write this as a fraction, what you do is whatever the power inside is, that's your numerator, and the type of root it is, that's your denominator. So that's how I would rewrite that, okay? Number 10 would be m to the 2 fifths, okay? Again, that's your denominator. This would be x to the 3 over 4. This one would be a to the, well, I got the 7. Well, shoot, they didn't write anything there. What is it? If they write nothing, it's assumed to be a 2. That's why we call it a square root. Okay, so if it's going to be a cubed root or a fourth root, they have to tell you. If they don't tell you, it's a 2. Number 3 is p to the, well, I know 3 has to be the denominator. And I have nothing out here, so I just put a 1. Okay, because that's like p to the first, right? Next one, 14, that's going to be q to the 5 over 4. Number 15 is going to be x to the 4 over 5. And 16, y to the 5 over 6. Just remember, the root is the denominator. All right, now here we actually have to express them and do some work, okay? So now this one is going to be like 64, but I'm going to put the square right there and the 3 right there. So that's what it looks like that way, but now we actually have to solve it. So here, I'm going to break down 64. Now, I know 64 is 8 times 8. Hey, I got a match. I don't care about matches right now. I need a cubed root. All right, well, let's go 4 times 2. Let's go 4 times 2. I still don't have any 3 of a kinds, so I got to keep going. And this is going to be a 2 times 2, and that's going to be a 2 times 2. Do I have any 3 of a kinds? Boom, boom, boom. There's one, pull it out. Look, boom, boom, boom. There's another one, pull it out. My answer is 4. Let me blow this up a little bit because sometimes I can conserve some space when I do that. Okay, this one's going to be 243, and it's going to be the 5th root of this to the 4th power. Let me write that better, sorry. Should have given myself a little more room. 243, and that's to the 4th power, and that's to the 5th. So I'm looking for 5 of a kinds, okay? So now, if I go 243, I know that 243 is going to be 3 times 81. And I know that 81 is going to be 9 times 9. Now, I'm just going to leave that for now. Now, I may have to break those 9s up. We'll see. But I know that I'm going to have that 4 times, okay? So I know I'm going to have the 3, and then I'm going to have 3 more 3s. A 3, a 3, a 3, because I'm doing this 4 times. This is going to have a 9, a 9, a 9, a 9, a 9, and a 9. That way I've done it 4 times, right? All right, do you guys see any 5 of a kinds right here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can pull a 9 out. Do I see any other 5 of a kinds? No, but I can pull these out. That's a 3 and a 3. That's a 3 and a 3. And that's a 3 and a 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can pull a 3 out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can pull another 3 out. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 9 is 81. And that's my final answer. I know that's ugly, but that's what it is. Okay? You want to talk about ugly? Watch this one. This is just going to be 729, but it's going to be the 6th root. Okay, so now I'm going to break 729. I don't know, but I know 7 plus 2 is 9. So I know that somehow a 3 is going to be involved. So I'm just going to go 3 times 3 goes into 7 twice with 1 left over. 3 goes into 12 4 times. 3 goes into 9 3 times, okay? And we just did 243, and I know that this is going to be 3 times 81. I know that's going to be 9 times 9, and I know that's going to be 3, 3, 3, 3. I'm going to circle all my 3s. Now, do I have any 6 of a kinds? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sure do. My answer is just 3. 3 would be the 6th root of 729. Now you know. Okay, so now this one, I'm going to write a square root because it's 2. I'm going to leave it as a square. 16 to the 5th. But now, it's a little bit better to write it like this. 16, 16, 16, 16, 16. Now I'm looking for pairs. Okay, there's a pair of 16s. And there's a pair of 16s. Okay, so now I can go 16 times 16, and then I have a 16 left over. Well, I bet you I can get more pairs out of this. That's a 4 times 4, isn't it? Okay, so I can also pull out a 4. So now I got to figure this one out, and I didn't bring a calculator. Let's see if Apple Watch will help me. What is 4 times 16 times 16?
It's 1024.
There you go. Mr. Apple Watch told me it's 1024. Last one. Oh, gosh, no, it's not the last one. Darn. I mean, cool. 625, and the 4 is on the bottom, so that's going to be the 4th root. Okay, so now let's break down 625. So now, as I look at this, what's the best way? Why don't I just start with the 5? I can go 25. Shoot, I can go 125, but let's do one that I know that you guys will see, which is going to be the 5. 5 goes into 6 once. 5 with 1 left over. 5 goes into 125 twice with 2 left over. 5 goes into 25 5 times. Boom. Now again, I'm looking for 4 of a kinds. This is going to be a 5 times 25, and this is going to be a 5 times 5. Do I have a 4 of a kind? Boom, 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 boom. I do. So all I do is pull a 5 out. Okay? Let's do 81. Now this one's actually pretty easy, right? Because that's just 81 to the 1st, or just 81 squared. My answer is 9. Okay? Going on to 32. The denominator is a 5, so it's a 5th root of 32 squared. Or 32 times 32. Or, let's see, I'm looking for a 5th root. Oh dear. Okay, so this is going to be 8 times 4 times 8 times 4. This is going to be a 4 times 2. That's going to be a 4 times 2. Pardon me, and I still don't have a 5th root. Well, guess we're going to have to do it. A 2 and a 2. A 2 and a 2. A 2 and a 2. And a 2 and a 2. Let's just count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's another 2. What's my answer? 4. Now we get to do the last one. 216. I do my root sign. And this is going to be squared. And that's going to be cubed. So I'm going to look for 3 of a kind out of 216. Let's see. That's going to be... Let's see. A 216 breaks down to 3 times 72, which breaks down to 9 times 8, which breaks down to 3 times 3, which breaks down to 2 times 2 times 2. Now watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this one a little bit differently than the one I did before. So if I just do 216, not 216 squared, just a 216, and I do the cubed root, I can pull out a 3. And I can pull out a 2. My answer is 6. But that's just for 216. But I could have done that with another 216, right? And I'd have gotten another 6. So what's my answer? 36. Okay? Cool. Well, there's fractional exponents. Okay, I've got one more sheet so you guys can get a little more practice on this, and that'll be version C. And go to that or go on to the next section if you feel good about this. See you guys.